Yo, what's good, everyone? Today we're going to be doing a full backtesting video of my model, the Mac model. This model helps me earn over $10,000 a month and has about an 85% win rate. So this video I'm about to show y'all, this is a recording that's been in my Discord, Market Mechanics, for last couple months. But there's just so much value and so much sauce in here, I figured I'd drop it on YouTube for y'all guys. So again, y'all can just get the sauce and start improving y'all's trading. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Uh, you can join the Discord. It's for free. Link in the bio. If you have any questions, again, you can just drop them in there. You'll probably get a quicker response. There's plenty of other videos, PDFs, educational resources in there as well to help you learn, especially if you're new to quarterly theory or just want to learn or improve your quarterly theory knowledge. Again, so much sauce in there, and really will help you out. But yeah, just feel free to watch the video. There's a lot of good knowledge in here, and you notice in the next couple days or in the next week too, I'll also be dropping a full quarterly theory ICT concept guide, right? On how you can build your own model and just going over everything A to Z with quarterly theory. Again, there's gonna be so much sauce in that, so yeah, just keep your eyes out on that. But won't yap too much. We'll get into the video. Hopefully y'all enjoy. Kind of run through just like how I approach every day into the market, what I'm looking for, how I try to like filter out good trades, bad trades, find my bias, pretty much everything. But yeah, I mean, not gonna make this too complicated. Just gonna pick like a random date last month. Go April 13th. You do get the time right too. Like as if we were coming into open. Be like 9 a.m. Alright. Get this all set up. Alright, good. So coming into the day, obviously we're in extreme discount under previous day low. No monthly. There's gonna be no weekly again because we're above previous day low on every asset. Got this huge move up and huge imbalance over here that we're trading from. So just off rip, without even going down to lower time frames, like I would want to be bullish here. You can also see we have this new week opening gap because this is a Monday, so new week opening gap that we're inversing. Coming from these gaps here, trading higher since open. I mean, everything here is pointing bullish. So we just gonna go down our time frame. We want to look for cracks. Let's see, we have daily cycle SSMT here before market open. NQ being a failure swing, ES being a failure swing, but YM being the turtle soup asset. So YM took that low. So again, for my setup, like what are we looking for? We're looking for our bias, two SSMTs, a high time frame, a low time frame, and then an inverse to an entry. We already have our high time frame here, right? And this is like we're gonna see this when we get on the market, or get on the chart like in the morning, right? Which usually I get on about 9:15, so be about right here. And then from here, all we're gonna do, we're just gonna mark out our previous 90-minute lows in case that this wants to get manipulated, right? We don't have to. It's just gonna be very easy to tell. We want to see either of these get manipulated, and then from here, I mean, we're pretty much just gonna wait for either that or for us to get a micro at the low or something. Let's see, market open will be like 2 candles. And next one's market open. It's pretty obvious. All right. So again, I mean, all we're waiting for at this point, got our bias, got our high time frame SMTs. We're just gonna wait for either a 90 or a micro. We're gonna wait. Okay, we didn't get a micro that quarter, so now possibly we get a micro this quarter, and it looks like we do already. Got this micro low right here. Micro low over here on YM. But on NQ, we've already ran that low. So right now we have this 1 minute gap. Keep trading lower. Jeez, clicked it too many times. But we got a 1 minute gap. But again, always we're looking for the highest time frame gap. Take you to the 2 minute time frame. No 2 minute gap. 3 minute. 4 minute. Probably not gonna have 5 minute either. Nope. So at this point in time, like, again, we have our micro right here, obviously. We have this 1 minute gap. So this is the gap that I'm, like, if I want to take longs, I need to see this get inverse. Okay, 1 minute. So we're just waiting for this to get inverse, right? And obviously, I mean, we saw it. I actually didn't click too much. We saw we get that. But here I would have just entered, placed my stop. I would probably would have just placed it on this body low, to be honest, and then targeted to 1-to-1. Let's just see. Yeah, obviously it plays out, but yeah, I mean that's kind of how I approach every day. Like I kind of just find my, like, come into the day, find my bias. Okay, good. I want longs, like in this instance. Get on the chart. Okay, we already have a high time frame. We have a daily. So now I'm just gonna wait for a low time from S&T. That's really all it is to it. Now we'll go to the next day. Same thing. Just go to like right here. 1 hour time frame. Again, ever since this, we inverse this new week opening gap, moving bullish, been trading higher ever since. Let's see, we have like a 1 hour gap if we're respecting or anything. We do have an unfilled 1 hour down here, which would be ideal to trade to, and then take a long from there, if possible. See, but we do have S&T fill coming out of this gap, so it's actually not even necessary. You can see ES did trade into this gap already and traded back out of it, but NQ didn't trade into this gap. And then same on YM. YM actually had inverse this gap but started trading higher. So we don't need to see this gap get filled now in order, like, we don't need manipulation all the way down here. So now we just go to the 15 minute. Again, have a daily cycle right here. See, NQ is a clear failure swing here. YM again being the turtle soup asset, taking out London low. So again, we already have our bias. We wanted longs, right? We have a high time frame SSMT in our daily. We also have our 1 hour S&T fill. So that's just even more confluence, right? So now all we need is we need a low time frame crack, ideally in SSMT. Again, we can use S&T fill too as a lower time frame entry if, like, we're just like expanding off the leg and we're not really getting many retracements. Again, I would just come into it. I'd mark out my 90 low. That way I don't miss it, right? Like if I'm stuck on the 1 minute or something, I'll still be able to see it. Because I do like to stay on the 1 minute chart, to be honest. Like especially when I've already had my high time frame SSMT. So I'll just mark out my 90 low. Onto 1 minute. So market open is going to be right here. And this is the market open. So we can see, well, you can see right here, we can see we have our 90-minute S&T, right? We traded below it on NQ, YM, and ES being the failure swing here. Especially whenever you have a SSMT between NQ and ES, those are a lot higher probability than YM, because you will see YM is the most uncorrelated asset out of our triad. So whenever we can get this manipulation between these assets, it's a lot more clear. And we even have a micro S&T right now too, if this holds, with ES failing to take that. So from this gap, we have a pretty big manipulation leg all the way from here to here. This, have a 2-minute gap, a couple 2-minute gaps said. No 3-minute. 4-minute always takes longer to load for some reason. I don't know why. 5-minute, no 5-minute gap. So this 2-minute gap up here would be our highest manipulation for now. We could also take it off in inverse from here too, just depending on how price action is looking, how it's building up. Let's see. If we can reject here, especially on this candle, like this would be a pretty clean rejection, right? Obviously it is. So we would have our 2-minute inverse off this candle, and this here enough. This is how we have our high time frame, we have our low time frame. So we would enter on that 2-minute close, put our stops down here. Get 50 points is pretty good, honestly. Target our 1-to-1. And let it play. And even on an entry like this, you could realistically probably wait for the next candle to open low, because we're probably gonna tap back into maybe like here and then go up or whatever. But we could also, like, we could really trade down here, maybe back to this 2-minute gap. If we wanted, we could even trade back into this wick and then continue higher. But again, it's just how you play it. I usually just like to enter off the inverse itself, and then again, boom, played out in 5 minutes. I guess we'll do one more day too. Let's go to the next day, I guess. April 15th. Clear all these drawings, make it a little more clear. Reset it all. 1 hour. Again, where we're doing, still just trading higher. Just off this alone, I want to be long. Especially we respected this 1 hour gap here. Traded into it. Every time we tapped it, traded, and we closed back above it. That alone, I would want to be long. 15-minute time frame. We don't have a daily. We can't even get a daily. We've taken London low on every asset. So from here, I would have to see like a 90 get put in at the low to be a high time frame. So a 90 micro could be the entry here, especially because we don't have a weekly at the low, right? So if we had a weekly any day this week, like Monday or Tuesday, even because it's the previous day, we can still use that as our high time frame SSMT. And then if we had a 90, that could be our entry SMT, right? But since we don't have that, we have to see at least a 90. So we just mark out our 90 low. Delete this gap for now. 90. Right here, 90. And again, this is a day too, because like we do have a lot of like all these unfilled gaps here, right? Like eventually we do want to see price retrace to them. But when we're trading so aggressively high, like look at this whole week. I mean, this whole week is just nothing but longs. Over 1,100 points. So I don't want to take any short unless we have a high time frame SSMT, at least a weekly. So until we have like a weekly or a monthly at these highs, like I'm not looking for shorts, right? There's no reason to be taking a short in this type of condition with like a 90. So I'm not even gonna be looking at that. We're either gonna get a 90 and then start looking for longs, like a 90 at the low, start looking at longs, or this is gonna be a no trade day. And these are the filters that you should set, because it'll really help you like avoid losses, right? Because it's not always about trading, isn't about winning every single day. Obviously that would be nice, but it's not ideal, it's not reasonable. a lot of the time in trading, you just want to preserve your capital, avoid unnecessary losses, because there's a lot of unnecessary losses to avoid. Like, that's really the main thing between a profitable and an unprofitable trader, because everyone can hit trades like, you know, 2-3 wins a week, but not everybody can avoid the unnecessary loss that you didn't have to take, right? Because you were just trying to force a setup. The condition wasn't the most clear. So again, we're just gonna wait. We're either gonna get this 90 at the low or take anything. It's really that simple. So if price just wants to rip this day, then it's gonna rip without us. And boom. Oh, okay. Again, went a bar too far. You see, we finally get this 90 right. Get this big manipulation leg down. Get YM takes out 90 low, so we got our turtle soup asset right here. Again, we have our failure swing here. Go to the 1 minute. Micro, we see YM again, turtle soup, micro, ES, turtle soup, micro, NQ has not taken previous micro low. So this is a 90 micro, so we have our high time frame in our 90, our low time frame in our micro. So now we're just looking for an inverse back out of this, right? So obviously we got all those 1 minute gaps. We have a 2 minute gap, no 3 minute, no 4 minute, no 5 minutes. So 3 minute, or no, 2 minute is our highest time frame here. Mark this out. We'll get a close above here. This can be our entry. This is this is perfect close too. You can enter. Those are stopped here, 50 points, and we're protected by this gap. You could probably even put your stop there, to be honest. Like, this is gonna play out, especially if you want to target like higher R, like 1.5 R. You know, for the sake of the video, we'll just again get our 1 R. Boom, TP again. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much, that's how I approach every single day, right? It's all about coming in, setting your bias for the day. After you set your bias, okay, what's the first thing I need to see? Because like we want to make this as mechanical as possible. Like ideally, especially starting out or like before you're like really profitable, you have to earn discretion. You don't just get to use discretion in the market because you want to use discretion, right? You need to be as mechanical as you can possibly be until you like earn the ability to use discretion. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna come in the day, and then we're gonna find our bias, right? Okay, we're just gonna look at 1 hour candle closures, 4 hour candle closes. Okay, price looks like it wants to go up. It looks like it's been moving up overnight. I want to see price go up. It's that simple. And then from there, okay, what's the first thing I need to see? I need to see the high time frame SSMT. Okay, we have a daily. Now I'm just looking for a low time frame. No, we don't have a weekly. We don't have a daily. I need to see at least a 90 or it's no trade, right? Like in this example. Wait for the 90. We finally get it. Okay, now we have a high time frame. Now what? We need a low time frame. So we look on the 1 minute. We look on the 5 minute. We get our 90 or our micro. And then after all that, then we can start looking for an entry, right? It's very mechanical, very methodical. And I mean, yeah, it's the best way to trade in my opinion. At least that's what helped me become profitable.